So I don't know if anyone actually watches these videos I make. Literally, as I am recording this, I haven't posted anything yet because anxiety is my roommate. But if anyone does watch these, I think this video is going to be very telling as to what my demographic is. If anyone gets this video, resonates with it, even knows what I'm talking about, or if they're too young to remember this. But let's actually get into the video before this gets too introspective. If there is anything that holds Smash Ultimate back from being the best Smash game ever made, it is the lack of single-player content variety. And one of the most glaring examples of this is the omission of any type of break the targets. While this mode has been present in every Smash game except Ultimate, its quality, in my opinion, has rapidly declined since Melee. And today I wish to talk to you fine person that may or may not be watching on why I miss this mode, and dare I say it might be necessary for any Smash game to feel complete. Or, you know, at least as necessary as anything in this disposable vapid medium can be. Moving on, Target Test, as it's known in Melee, its best iteration, is a mode where you are dropped into a map filled with targets unique to the character you pick, and you gotta what else but smash every target to pieces. And then you're done. That's it. It's a very natural way to translate the core Smash gameplay to a different mode to vary up your single-player experience. And not to mention, the music in Break the Targets is always one of the game's top-tier tracks. This is a very Smash Bros-y mode. On the surface, it is just a single-player side mode to provide variety and a different type of challenge, but when you really get down to the value of this mode, it was Smash Bros' way of delivering a feature that is standard in many other fighting games: character tutorials. In a contained, private environment, you are presented a challenge that, in most cases, is tailored to the character's unique abilities, forcing the player to platform around, getting used to the character's physics, and to become acquainted with what makes their character special to complete. From simple things like some targets requiring projectiles over melee attacks, to some slightly more complex things like some targets being easier to hit with moves that have quick startup or a lot of active frames, even sometimes requiring the use of moves that can clip through walls. Target Test is easily the best way to quickly get acquainted with the playstyle of a character. Most of you watching probably think this is stupid. These are obvious things that don't need to be taught to a player, but I'm approaching this from the mindset of teaching an all-new player. The kind of person that's just a little kid walking around the game section of Walmart and says, "Hey, is that Pikachu on the box? I know what a Pikachu is, I'll buy this game." And then the game could somehow suggest, "Hey, you want to get to know this Pikachu character you love? Play their map on Break the Targets." And they do that and learn the basics of Pikachu, and then they're all studied up on the character and ready to take Evo. Smash has always been kinda terrible at teaching the player how to play, and removing Target Test is another huge blow to an already weak area of the game. Brawl hurt the mode pretty bad by only having 5 maps shared across all characters, and Smash 4 murdered the mode and burned its corpse at the bottom of a river by turning it into Angry Birds. Why is this even here? It's not as fun as Home Run Contest and really only teaches the player the launch angles of their attacks, which has very little utility to 95% of the player base. But Target Test in Smash 64 and Melee was a great adaptation of the regular Smash gameplay to a new, unique mode. And properly implementing it into a new Smash game could really be a standout feature, especially if they embrace the idea of using them as a tool to teach characters. How could this mode be hypothetically improved in ways that would be way more work than their budget and time constraints would allow? I'm glad you asked, indeterminate amount of my audience that could equal 0. First off, of course, bringing it back to its 64 and Melee roots of having a unique map for each character. Maybe even an easy, medium, and hard mode for each character, each requiring more specific executions to clear the targets. Is that significantly harder with the 70+ characters we have now versus like the 3 in Melee? Yes. But so many assets are reused that really the most time-consuming part would be the design of the level to begin with. It's not the most taxing thing from an actual program and development standpoint. However, it could get more taxing, as I also think it would be great to vary up the visuals in these levels, similar to how they did it in Brawl. Technically Melee did as well, but Brawl simply did it better. And instead of just general themed areas like in Brawl, they could reuse the background and platforms of the actual stages, to give Shulk a Gower Plains Break the Targets, and Mega Man a Wily's Castle version, and Cloud a Midgar version. It'd go a long way to make going through the whole roster less repetitious for those interested in doing so. Finally, sorta similar to the 3 difficulties idea I had before, they could slightly bump up the difficulty, or at least design the levels in such a way that it does indeed make you utilize a variety of characters' moves and strengths. I really think leaning into the teaching aspects of Break the Targets is really valuable. Fighting games up until very recently have really sucked at teaching newcomers. I think it'd be a huge step forward if we could change that. But hey, that's just me and what I think of Break the Targets and how it could come back better than ever. Got any ideas of your own? Think the mode is worthless and should stay away? Absolutely let me know in the comments.